Settlement will usually happen within 14 to 28 days of issuing titles, so make sure that's why the titles have to be timed so that they come at a time when the settlement can happen almost immediately or within a couple of weeks. Once titles are issued, your solicitor contacts the buyer solicitor to book in a settlement of the planned sales, contact buyers upon plan sealing with an approximate settlement date. Handover package. Handover package is a package of all the things that you need to give your client or the buyer who's bought your unit or townhouses, and that has details for everything that's actually gone in the unit or the apartment or the townhouse. For example, owner manuals and warranties for PC items, white goods, for example, garage doors, solar and hot water system, range hood, and gas appliances. You need to give them color references for any tiles that have been used, name of the supplier, color, and name reference for all the tiles. This is because if in future they damage one of the tiles, if they want to replace it, they want to have a color reference, they want to be able to contact the same supplier so they can get more of it. Same goes with the painter. This is usually specified in the material and finishes schedule, but you need to have color names. So you use the particular green and there's some damage to that wall and they want to patch it and repaint it. For them to be able to access that paint, they need to have the name of that paint. So this is all these details have to be compiled together and put together so that you can hand them over to your client. Floorboards, same, they need to know the name of the supplier, they need to know the color and name reference. Keys, are there any keys for the windows, doors? All these things have to be handed over to them. Remote controls for garage doors or for air conditioning units. You need the list of subcontractors, especially usually electrician and plumbers who worked on the job. So if there is an issue or a leakage or something that they need to do in future, they can get in touch with the same trades. You need to give them contact details of who they can contact if there are any corrections to be done. Because this is part of the builder's defects liability period, you usually ask your building contractor for their contact person in case these things happen, and you pass on the same details to your client. You need to show them a certificate of termite management or pest control certificate to make sure that you did have a pest control for the project. Building certifier stage inspection approvals. You need to give them all the different stages when the building certifier or the building surveyor came in and did the inspections, so that you've got a proof that all inspections were cleared and okayed by the building surveyor. You got to give them a certificate for it's called the waterproof membrane. So the certificate has to certify that all wet areas have been waterproofed properly. Plumbing and drainage certificate, glazing certificate for all the windows, so that they know that it's all done properly. The 6-star energy rating certificate, so that they know that what they've bought has all those things. The handover inspection is for this handover inspection is actually you employing somebody else or hiring someone else's services to make sure that your builder has done their job properly. So if you don't know anything about construction, you don't want to know anything about construction, but you do want to make sure that the building contractor has done their job properly, you hire a company like handovers.com, and they come in and do the inspection for all sorts of defects that that may need correction by a building contractor. So this is basically like having a police over your building contractor, so that they can check and make sure that the job has been done properly. So this actually marks the end of the obtaining titles module, and what we have to remember and take away from this is that time is of the essence. So titles have to be, and the plan of subdivision has to be lodged earlier in the project, so that the titles are available quicker, and also the certificate of occupancy is there, so that you can have the settlement ASAP after the titles have been issued, or after the completion has been reached. And the reason for that is that towards the end of the project, you have drawn down maximum loan for construction, and you are paying hundreds of dollars every day you get delayed. So every day that you get delayed, that money is bleeding out of your pocket.